Thanks, David. We feel very safe. Good morning and welcome to Nestlé. How are you doing today? Great. It's a good start. I'm delighted that so many of you have been able to join us in Vevey, which is well known as the center of the world, at least the center of the Nestlé world. The objective of today is to show you how we will accelerate Nestlé. This will be a teamwork. You have seen the agenda. You will see our global leadership team, some of our key market heads, and our R&D leaders throughout the sessions, reflecting our bench strengths. There is a lot to do, but I'm confident in our business, in our plans, and in our teams. With that, you can see here the agenda for my presentation today, which is organized around performance and transformation with the Nestlé strategic virtuous circle as a compass. Now, let's dive in. I will not repeat what I shared a few weeks ago on my career at Nestlé, but I can reiterate my deep commitment to Nestlé's culture and values. I want to focus on three key lessons that I've learned. First, growth is of the essence. Growth is an output that shows that we are getting things right, delivering for consumers and customers. Growth is also the main lever of value creation. It creates scale and additional fuel for investment, driving the virtuous circle. And because growth shows that we are doing things right, it is a very powerful motivator for our people. Second lesson, team is everything. There is no achievement which is not the result of great teamwork. Nestlé has the right people, and the priority for me as I came into the role has been to ensure we have clarity and alignment so we can work as one team. The final lesson is focus. Doing a few things really well has much more impact by definition than doing too many things that are subscale. Less is more. This is a theme that you will hear repeated today. Focusing on our top brands, on our top SKUs, on our big bets, and our most impactful investments. These are all embedded in our plans. And the good news is that there is already action in the action plan. In my first 80 days, it's 80 days today, as a CEO, I've already taken steps to fit the organization for the future with better team alignment and a structure that creates more responsibility and more accountability. We have launched new product initiatives that will create the fuel for accelerating our growth. And I've engaged intensively across our stakeholders inside the company and outside the company. Before I talk about what's going to change at Nestlé, let me remind you of our unique strengths and capabilities. We have a superpower at Nestlé. Our superpower is in being the most global and at the same time the most local company. This is a big competitive advantage in an increasingly fragmented world. We have a global footprint in 188 countries, 60% developed markets, 40% emerging markets. Our global scale creates efficiencies and allows us to invest and do things that others just can't do. Around 70% of our sales are in number one or strong number two positions, and we have leadership positions globally or locally across a wider range of categories than anyone else. We have an unmatched portfolio of products and brands. We cover all life stages, from birth to elderly ages, and all price points. And we have 31 billionaire brands, more than anyone else in the industry. We are also firmly local. In most countries where we operate, people think of us as a local company. You will see it later today with a few very concrete cases. We have over 95% household penetration in the large majority of our biggest markets. And we know what consumers want in each market because we serve more than 1 billion of them every day. Nestlé has always been a science-led company. It's in our DNA since inception. Last year alone, we filed over 400 patents. It shows the power of our research. Now, on the product development part, the focus will be on fewer initiatives, bigger and better. And last but not least, we have incredible people and a great culture of quality and long-term continuous improvement. This is a great foundation for Nestlé. We are and we will continue to be the nutrition, health, and wellness company. We have a unique position in our markets. We enhance the quality of people's lives, playing a role in the diets of everyone, everywhere, at all stages of life. That's a unique position. And it's both a responsibility and a massive opportunity for Nestlé in a world suffering from the double burden of malnutrition, with close to 1 billion people suffering from hunger and more than 2 billion suffering from overweight or obesity. And this is an increasing expectation globally to live healthier and longer with an aging population. Over the last 10 years and more, our strengths have underpinned strong performance within the business and for our shareholders, as you know. But as you know as well, in 2024, our business has slowed with the fast normalization of pricing. And our performance in 2024 is below our potential. But that slowdown is not structural. It is not. The fundamentals of our categories are very healthy and supported by existing and emerging trends. We operate in categories which drive 3 to 4% organic growth. This is 100% above the food and beverage industry. The good news is that we are well positioned to capitalize on all these trends, as you will see across the presentations today and tomorrow. So what is our plan and what should you expect? The starting point is that we are positioned to win, and we will increase our investments to support organic growth. At the same time, as we will raise our game in terms of quality of execution. What does that mean for our shareholders? Over the medium term, Nestlé can and will again deliver strong financial performance. We will drive category growth and improve market shares, which will translate into 4% plus organic sales growth. And on the margin side, since I'm the CEO, I've been very clear about the need to increase our investment to support growth, to support our brands, and equally clear that this cannot come at the expense of profitability in the medium term, once we realize the benefits of our efficiencies programs. And finally, on cash generation and return on capital, these are key metrics of value creation, which I will be very focused on. To align the organization to accelerate Nestlé, we are using internally the strategic virtuous circle. This sets out the framework of achieving efficiencies to generate the fuel for growth. We can then invest in our key brands and in our key growth platforms. This drives category growth and market share gains, leading to sustainable and profitable growth, which in turn brings the benefits of scale and value creation. It's a very simple and very powerful flywheel when put into practice. Now, I'm going to talk about how we will put action into that action plan across the company. To accelerate our performance and our transformation, our actions come into 3 key areas of opportunity, and it starts with operational excellence with a focus on the core. We will sharpen our value proposition to our consumers and make sure we achieve a clear-cut preference at every step of the value equation. On innovation, less is more. We launch every year more than 1,000 innovations and renovations globally and locally. We are a big company. But over the medium term, this number will halve. This does not mean investing less on innovation. It means focusing on fewer, bigger, and better. The bigger bets that have the greatest potential to bring incrementality. And we will increase our investments fueled by incremental efficiency initiative. Incremental opportunities require incremental investments. The second big theme is unlocking the full potential of our portfolio. It means expanding the biggest winners, and the good news is that we have exciting opportunities through new subcategories and new geographies. In a fast-changing world with fast-changing expectation, we will also build up new growth engines. And we will also address, it's often a question, we'll also address our underperformance in a systematic way. The third big theme is strengthening our foundational capabilities. It's about motivating and enabling our people and teams, and it's already largely on the way. There is a very good energy within the organization, which I hope you will feel across today and tomorrow. We will also accelerate digital to accelerate our business, and we will embed sustainability for greater impact. All of this will drive performance acceleration and transformation to create a better and more capable Nestlé for the long term. Let me now turn to the first priority, which is operational excellence. And this starts with the basics. We want to achieve superiority with all the core elements of our value proposition, everywhere and all the time. This begins with taste preference. It continues with having the right price pack architecture, the maximum availability and visibility, and last but not least, achieving a share of mind ahead of our share of market. To win overall, we start by winning there, at every step of the value equation. And we will make sure we have got this on our top 4,000 SKUs, which account for roughly 50% of our sales and 50% of our margin. On this, we will achieve 100% superiority. In innovation, the focus, as I said, will be on the impact and on the incrementality with fewer and bigger initiatives. We have leading science and research capabilities. We invest more in R&D than any other company in our industry. And we are determined to spend well and better in a more focused way. And this will ensure we are getting the right innovation, these breakthrough innovations that create a before and an after when they hit the market. You will see examples of our big bets throughout the next couple of days. And for 2025, at group level, we have selected 6 initiatives to prioritize. Not all of them will become billionaire brands, billionaire businesses, but each has the potential to achieve at least 100 million Swiss francs in sales. Examples include Synergity, the next generation of infant formula, with a blend of HMOs combined with a specific probiotic working in synergy to provide health benefits. Let me highlight as well the Nescafé Espresso Concentrate, launched to capture the growing out-of-home cold coffee trend, brought for in-home consumption in a convenient, simple, and customizable way. On top of these 6 big bets in 2025, we will add more in 26 and again in 2027. So after 3 years, we will have around 15 to 20 big bets, each with the potential to deliver at least 100 million of incremental sales. Nestlé has reduced investment over the last years in the area of generating demand, which is not the best idea to drive growth and market shares. This is changing. We are stepping up marketing investments back to pre-COVID levels of around 9% of sales by the end of 2025. And you will see a different approach to investment. We will polarize investment to support the bigger brands and the biggest areas of opportunity, making sure that all our initiatives reach a level of sufficiency to make an impact. A good example is the recent partnership making KitKat the chocolate brand of Formula One. It will bring the KitKat break into the world's fastest sport, reaching a passionate global audience. It's a very nice concept, with KitKat heavily featured in the pit lane. It reinforces the idea of owning the brake in the Formula One context. We want to own the brake in every possible context. The next action is productivity and cost efficiency. It is no accident that a strategic virtuous circle starts with achieving efficiencies. It is fundamental to achieving sustainable, profitable growth. It's the make or break, in a way, of the virtuous circle. The good news is that in a business of our size and of our complexity, there are still many opportunities across procurement, commercial investments, and operational efficiencies at large. On procurement, for instance, we are looking first at the low-hanging fruits. How can we achieve fast cash to fuel the growth? And then systematically, we will be reviewing how we buy, where we buy, and what we buy, which specifications we buy, basically. In recent years, we have been delivering ongoing savings in the business of around 1 billion Swiss francs a year. We will continue to do this. But on top, by going broader and deeper, we are committing today to at least 2.5 billion Swiss francs incremental cost savings by the end of 2027. Those savings will go towards reinvesting in the business. Now, let me drill down into our portfolio and its potential. Over the last few years, we have talked extensively about our global platforms, coffee, pet care, and nutrition. Each and every one of them accounts for around 20 billion in sales, so those are big buckets, and they command a global leadership position. These are a core part of the Nestlé critical growth engines. But we may have focus on these at the expense of the other 40% of our sales that are in our regional and local platforms, many of which are champions in their local markets with clear opportunities for growth acceleration. We'll make the most out of all the portfolio, prioritizing areas of the highest value creation potential. Equally, you will see us do more with our billionaire brands where we have opportunities for category growth and geographic expansion. And we will keep developing the future billionaire brands. A core part of our plan to accelerate Nestlé is to build out our existing winners. Even for our biggest categories and brands, there are still white spaces where we can invest. New geographies, new subcategories, new business models or innovations. Let's start with coffee, the largest. We are the number one coffee company globally, with 25% of the at-home market and with the 3 best brands in the industry. And out-of-home is a large and fast-growing market opportunity. For Nestlé, it generates 2.5 billion Swiss francs of sales. We see the potential to grow at a double-digit rate with an aggressive margin in the years to come. We also see a lot of potential in our ready-to-drink coffee business platform. Currently, more than 1 billion Swiss francs in sales, with potential to grow at double digits over the coming years. And the overall cold coffee space offers exciting opportunities to reach a new consumer segment and new consumption occasions. In pet care as well, we have multiple opportunities. First, it's by strengthening our geographic footprint. We already have leading market share positions in North America and in Europe. But in AOA and in Brazil, we have clear opportunities to increase market shares from a lower base and accelerate growth. We also see significant opportunity to develop our snack and treats business and the therapeutic diets segment, building upon our R&D capabilities. And beyond coffee, pet care, and nutrition that you will see featured today, we also have a lot of room to continue expanding some of our most iconic brands like Kit Kat and Maggi. These two brands together account for well over 5 billion in sales, and we see potential for both to deliver continued double-digit growth. Opportunities to accelerate are also connected to growing channels where we have unique capabilities. E-commerce accounts for 18.5% of our sales and is growing at close to 10% as we speak. On top of expanding existing winners, I see opportunities to set Nestlé up for the future by fueling new areas of growth. We know that consumers' needs are changing and that consumer health is taking center stage. The areas of healthy longevity, women's health, weight management, and affordable nutrition offer significant opportunities for the future. We are organizing to accelerate in these areas. And like any company, we have businesses operating below their potential. It's a little bit like with a big family. There is always someone who is not in best shape, and we are a big family. Since I've taken my role, we have reviewed with the executive board our largest areas of underperformance. We want to be more systematic in our approach to managing underperformance, diagnosing the issues, and swiftly developing and implementing targeted action plans. As it stands today, we expect to fix rather than to sell a majority of these businesses. Some of these fixes will be relatively straightforward. Take US creamers, for instance. We have been capacity constrained for some time. We have invested in new capacity, which is now coming on stream, and we will make the most of this enhanced supply to meet the demand and to win in the marketplace. On the other hand, some of these areas may require change in approach and time to fix. For example, we know that we are challenged in Western Europe with Nespresso. There are many ways we can and we will address the challenges we face. The development of virtual line is an obvious one, and the development of the Nespresso authorized brands present in retail like Starbucks or Nescafé Farmers Origin is another one, and they are part of the solution. But beyond, we are looking at all possible alternatives to make the Nespresso ecosystem even more attractive and even more compelling. And then, and we'll cover the other areas later, another area is waters. As you will have seen from this morning announcement, we are going to reorganize waters into a separate global standalone unit headquartered in Paris. This will allow us to have the right focus to drive performance in our leading brands. And this includes exploring possible partnerships as we have done it successfully in other areas in the past. And as we evaluate all options to make the business successful and with the focus on creating long-term shareholder value. Now let me turn to our actions to reinforce our foundational capabilities. We have great people and a great culture in Nestlé, but we can still do better. I've already acted to simplify the organization to ensure that there is clarity, alignment, and ownership in every part of the business. We are also changing our incentive to consistently reward performance against the market and align with our goals. This will help in not only being the biggest, which we are, but also in being the best. We all know about the broad opportunities around digital, and at Nestlé, we have a very strong backbone on which we can build up with Globe. My aim is to be digital end-to-end and be a real-time organization, data and AI powered. The plan you see on the right-hand side is the one I've developed for Zone Americas and further enhanced for Zone LATAM. It works, and we will deploy it for the group. We will move from siloed initiatives by function into a comprehensive enterprise-wide digital acceleration plan. And in terms of transformation, of course, sustainability is foundational. It reflects our long-term approach and our care for nature and for natural resources. We have made great progress, and we are embedding sustainability in our business, focusing on the long-term positive impact we can have around climate, regenerative agriculture, and more broadly, circularity. To pull all of this together, to accelerate performance and transformation, you can see our strategic virtuous circle, which sums up everything I've been talking about so far. Going around the circle, we are going to achieve efficiencies, invest those in growth and market share gains so that we can achieve sustainable value creation, and in turn, fuel growth further while being consumer-centric, and all our initiatives, you can see the consumers at the core, at the center, at the heart of the virtuous circle. In conclusion, and to finish, on the key points you should take away with you, number one, we have a clear plan to accelerate Nestlé. Number two, we will invest to make this plan impactful, stepping up marketing investments to 9% of sales by the end of 2025. We have set a new target to achieve at least 2.5 billion Swiss francs in cost saving by 2027 on top of existing programs. On the portfolio side, Nestlé Waters and Premium Beverages activities will become a standalone business as of January 2025. And in the medium term, you should expect from Nestlé organic growth to be 4% plus, with an underlying operating profit margin of 17% plus. With that, I'll turn to Anna for the financial framework that goes with our plan. Thank you very much.